Hey, you know something? Sometimes a woman has days where she wants a guy to spoil her.
Always. Am I right, fellas?
I don't know. That's the first I've heard of it.
Oh, God. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to Otaku Tuesday.
On Bookend Gaming.
Yeah, I'm Travis.
I'm Eric.
Let's just jump right back in. No, let's talk about stuff first.
If you spray that... What?
That's not... It's me. How dare you? Taking my girls. No, we always just have to faff about for a while before we actually start, don't we?
I mean, I guess.
It's kind of the thing.
What did we do? We're in the classroom with a bee.
Yeah.
There's a bee in here.
There's a bee in here. There's a bee in here. And you tried to get Michiru to go in and attack it, and then you told her it was, like, going to kill her or something.
Yeah. Well, there was a harmless one, and then there was a second one.
Right. Or he's just full of it.
He might be full of it.
Who knows? I don't care. If you spray that stuff all over the place, it's obviously going to get on me, too. Don't worry, Michiru-sama. There won't be any problems as long as you don't inhale before it disperses. I'm sure you can hold your breath for 15 minutes or so, yes?
Jeez.
All right, here we go. Ready, set.
15 minutes?
That's easy. I hope she can. There's a hot tub out back. I can't do that, okay, Sachi? I cannot do that. Is that so? In that case, I suppose we can't use this. I'm sure we could have wrapped things up in one shot, too. What a shame. You ruin everything.
She's trying to find out if she's an alien. Okay, she can't hold her breath for 15 minutes.
Check. You'd be able to survive it if you could, like, float off the ground or something. You'd wrap my life up, too. Come on.
So, are you on any, like, birth control? Or can you, like, reproduce by budding? Or... Yeah, we've got to come up with a plan B or this won't end well. Speaking of birth control,
I was going to say, plan B, girls. Hint, hint. On that note, why is this bee only going after me?
Just what did you do to that poor hornet? Pornet.
Nothing, I think. I mean, I just don't get it. Is it my hair color after all? Maybe it's mad because I'm a tsundere.
You're a tsundere?
Like, I'm ripping off the queen bee thing? Michiru-sama, are you sure you don't want to try just a little puff? Even a puff should be quite deadly. Puff, puff, give, motherfucker.
Puff, puff, pass.
I'm telling you, deadly is the problem here. Is that so? Certainly. It's coming in low this time.
Seems to be aiming at your legs, Michiru. Better take off your pants. Think you'll be needing those in the future?
Oh no, it's flown into your bra. Of course I will.
Take it off lest it sting you.
I didn't realize I was making a Friends reference. Lest it sting you.
See, I thought that's what you were doing.
It wasn't, but that worked really well.
It's awfully noisy in here.
Then leave. Yumiko, don't come over here.
She's got like a whole dress on. Oh, they all do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a one.
I don't think I've noticed that before.
Oh no.
Excuse me, and what is that supposed to mean?
No, that's not it. There's a B. I mean, she could have just said B. I get they cut off B to B. It's just the letter B. There's a B.
And then she immediately cuts her off. Look! Please don't shout at me this early in... Stepped on it. What? Can you please use complete sentences?
I would, but you keep interrupting. Never mind. It's nothing, really.
I'm sure that won't be a problem again. Well, all right, then. The squashed hornet stuck flat to the bottom of her shoe. Oh, she stepped on it.
Yeah, she walked up and stepped on it.
Sakaki walks to her desk and takes out a book. Although the girl glances over her here briefly, she soon pulls out her bookmark without another word and begins moving her eyes across the lines of text. Sachi, there's got to be a nest somewhere nearby. Think you could find it and give it a dose of that cocktail of yours?
Certainly.
need a certainly counter, I think,
Right?
now.
In conclusion, Yumiko is the strongest.
Not the type you want to make an enemy of.
I wish you'd step on me.
With this, the Hornet incident draws to a close without casualties, except for the Hornet. Just as they say, at times, ignorance is bliss.
The end.
Is that the subtitle of this game?
No, it's... What?
Yeah. After middle school, you won't be popular with the girls if all you can do is fight. You need browns, too.
Now let's watch a little webisode all about that quote. I've learned your ways, writers.
Or so my master taught me. So are you smarter than a fifth grader then?
I was going to say the same.
In response to
thing.
the obvious question, no, my master replied that women are more popular if they're a little dim-witted. I think she might have intended it as a joke, not that it was remotely funny. Psh.
Yeah, because women aren't funny.
My master wasn't much of a comedian, but there's one thing I have to thank her for. Specifically, she's the one who really got me hooked on reading.
Her and LeVar Burton.
There are a vast number of books in this world, and the majority are interesting in some way. Even if you get stuck with a seriously dull one like Twilight, and if you look at it critically and figure out why it's a failure, the time you spend with it isn't a complete waste.
I mean, I'd read one page and go, yep, that's a failure.
I devoured books. Consume words like an addict when I was a kid. And my master would get me anything I wanted to read, even comics or porn magazines or porn comics.
After that, it was all porn all the time.
It's a damn good thing if you can enjoy reading. Or, I mean, how much reading is there in porn?
Well, if it's like porn magazines.
Yeah, I
He's
guess.
probably talking about like Doujin?
Oh, well, all right.
Doujin?
Why?
Manga.
Manga.
Porn manga.
Lets you make use of... What? Lets you make use of the time you spend waiting in the dentist's office, doesn't it?
Yeah, I love reading my porn in the waiting room.
Yeah. Am I supposed to laugh now? There's no applause sign. Not to say that I've gained much wisdom from what I've read in porn magazines, but I think I can at least smile at those words today.
I've gained all kinds of wisdom from reading in waiting rooms.
Yeah.
I figured out if I was a goofus or a gallant.
Tia or a Tamara. Makina, you here? Yep. Door's open.
I still haven't learned their names. I almost voiced that.
Hey, Makina, aren't you in your own room? No, shit, this isn't my room.
That's not her room with all the toys?
Ew, I left a note on the door, didn't I? Should say, I'm in the next room over. True. I mean, the crawfish is there.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't her room?
Right?
That's what's in that tank, right? Sure looks like
I
it.
thought.
Yes, there was a note on her door. Thing is, the paper was yellowed and wrinkled. There's no telling how long it's been up there. Are you always in Amane's room?
Maybe she just keeps all her stuff.
Uh,
Oh, she's always in Amane's room. She
Yeah.
just keeps all her stuff
That
in
makes
Amane's
sense.
room.
I get it. Yeah, now that you mention it, I guess I sort of am, you know? Yes, the room I've just entered is in fact Amane's.
For those who don't know how to read.
Confirmed. Looking around, a good half of the room is buried in random junk. I mean, it looks pretty clean.
Yeah. There's only one bed, though. What's going on here?
I'd guess Makina had been doing her best imitation of a squirrel preparing for hibernation, depositing things here little by little with every visit.
I'm trying to figure out if that's a giant cheeseburger or a giant cheeseburger plush. Behind
Yes.
the next and previous.
Oh, I didn't even... Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just a burger on the ground. I left it here for later. Well, don't just stand there. Bust a move.
I loved this Humpty Dumpty doll so much that I bought 2 of them.
I appreciate the neighborly spirit, but this isn't your room. Get the fuck out!
Makina, somebody there?
She comes in naked. What is going on here?
I mean, I don't think she'd care.
No. Yeah, it's Oni-chan. Oh, Jesus.
Well.
Okay. Call that, I guess.
I bet there's an uncensored version of that. Oh, Yuuji-kun. Why? What's up?
Nice bra. Nothing much. Just stopped to lend Makina a book.
A book? What kind?
It's for that thing.
Oh.
Oh, it's for that thing.
Straight at her chest.
Yeah.
Behind you.
I point toward one item among Makina's pile of junk, an aquarium containing her crawfish. She asked me if I knew any books with detailed instructions on raising crawfish, so I took a look around a store by the station.
Ah, so you're the one responsible for that crawfish. This girl carries it in here all of a sudden, then starts saying she's going to turn it blue.
Yeah, she's crazy.
We tried just keeping it in the sink for a while, but it would escape in the middle of the night. Ended up having to buy a tank and everything, you know?
Sorry about that.
I'm not really mad or anything. It's good to see her get interested in animals, I guess.
Hey, the book! Where's the book? Here, this is it. The part about raising crawfish starts on page 38. The last 2 pages talk about getting them to turn blue. Because you're not really supposed to do that. So
right,
Thanks! I'ma read it right away! As soon as Makina accepts the book from me, she sits down on the spot with a thump and starts to rifle through the pages.
So, what, they really do turn blue?
Yeah, if I don't get sex enough. When I tried this experiment as a kid...
Keep walking around like that.
There was a range of variation among the individuals, but most of them did turn some shade of blue.
Sounds kind of fun. I like to turn blue too. Choke me.
Yeah. By the way, Amane, I have a question of my own. Do you mind?
No, don't ruin it. What?
Why exactly are you constantly half naked?
I wouldn't say constantly, you know. I was just taking a shower in my bra.
You pessimist, I'm half dressed. I see.
And if you're going to bring that up, how about a less delayed reaction?
I'll try to work on that. But, I mean, I think you do the Kya thing and hide your chest before I got a chance to bring it up, usually. Amane, no more concerned with my glance than before, walks briskly to her vanity and flips on a hairdryer.
I'm kinda a heavy sweater and all, so I have to shower nearly 3 times a day in the summer.
What?
Let down my guard and I get prickly heat under my breasts. That's really the worst, you know?
Big tits are tough in their own way, I see. Hey, Oni-chan, want to see mine? No. Want a drink?
Yeah, milk.
Yeah, if you're offering. Okay, hold on just a second and I'll get something. Makina places her book on the floor, opens Amane's refrigerator, and then promptly sticks her head in and starts brooding around like she owns the place. It's basically as much her room as Amane's by this point.
Whoa.
I mean, she uses your room too.
Yeah. You say something?
Just how long has Makina been hanging around in this room?
Yeah, let's see. Pretty much since she came to this school, I guess. This girl starts crying real loud in the middle of the night if she's alone. Well, that's sad.
That's rude, you know. I don't cry anymore. I go back to my room to sleep every once in a while.
Maybe once a month at best. And for some reason, it only tends to happen when you're throwing a temper tantrum.
Hey, Oni-chan, what's your opinion on constantly scolding harpy women? They say it's a rare thing to find a woman other than your mother who will nag you. Take good care of her, alright? Even you betray me, Oni-chan. This world's really going to the dogs. Drinking's the only thing that gets me through the day. As she speaks, Makina hands me a can of orange juice.
I like Makina, but the way you voice her, if we get her as our route, I'm going to feel all skeevy.
Yeah. Oh, God, yes.
Oh, no.
Look, Makina, can we do something about this Oni-chan thing? Yeah, why? It's Oni-sensei, please. Well, how can I put
master.
this? It feels a little awkward. I think you'll get used to it eventually, you know? I got used to being called Makina and all. What do you mean? You don't like being called by your own name? Truth is, I don't really like the name Makina that much. Oh, and why's that? Makina kind of sounds like a vagina, you know?
Does it?
Oh, is it Makina?
Oh, maybe. Whatever, it's Makina. Too late to change it now.
What? Unless she said vagina. Maybe she thinks
Makina,
that's yeah.
vagina, yeah.
Like I said, a vagina. I see. Well, that's certainly a very feminine name.
Molva.
But you know what? When you say it like vagina, it sort of sounds like an idol or something, right? Or like a DBZ character. Yeah, whatever you say. Hey, hey, Amane.
What's up?
Vagina. Is this girl high? Just what are you putting in her food?
Don't be rude. I don't feed her anything weird.
Trying to turn her blue. So she says, but this is like talking to one of those guys who self-medicate the night before a major operation. I feel like I'm dealing with someone who sees things they shouldn't see and hears voices they shouldn't hear. Instinctively, I dropped my hand onto Makina's head and vigorously ruffle her hair around. That hurts, you know. Herm. Your pupils don't look dilated. They're
Actually, they're giant. If you're that suspicious, how about testing the food for yourself? I didn't roofie it or anything.
What?
I'm talking about dinner, of course. I was planning on Odin today. Odin?
Odin?
The Norse
Straight
god.
from the halls of Valhalla.
So, one more's no problem at all.
Oh, Odin, is it?
I'm afraid I'm talking about a kind of stew. The supreme god of the Norse... I mean, where else would your mind go?
I guess.
Of the Norse pantheon would not be dining with us tonight.
Not this time. Maybe next time. My stupid pun was intercepted and already told by those idiots out there. What a letdown. The hell?
Well, anyway, there's no problem. More the merrier.
Hey. Don't be stubborn. You'll embarrass Amane, you know? Come in.
Was I not already in?
Makina seizes my hand and tries to forcibly drag me further inside. Well, alright, fine. There probably won't be anything I dislike in an Odin stew anyway. I'll eat pretty much anything that's put in front of me. That's not true.
Ladies.
But I do have some foods I find a little difficult to deal with on a psychological level. Okay. Just sit here. Yeah. just keep the blindfold on. Offered a cushion with a cute girly design, I sit down a bit reluctantly. In an instant, Makina has plopped herself down on top of my knees.
Ah, it doesn't bend
Whoa!
that way. All right.
Look,
Been a while since we've gotten a CG.
Look, you. What? Why are you sitting on my lap?
Shut up.
Huh? Do you hate...
I just said. I just said I would feel like a pervert. Now I'm like, come on, let's do it.
You're like, hell yeah!
Oh, God, I'm
Wiggle
a
around some
pervert.
more. Do you hate having me here? That's not what I'm saying, but... That line's familiar. I hadn't realized until now, but Makina seems to have a habit of imitating Amane's speech. Now that I think about it, that, you know, she was always tagging on to the end of her sentences for no particular reason, seems like it might be a corruption of Amane's frequent you know. And Makina's forcible tone and attitude towards men also remind me of a certain someone who I won't name. They do say pets start to resemble their owners.
She's got a collar.
Someday this girl might well become that, the sort of evil woman who walks around with her tits hanging halfway out, seducing struggling shopkeepers into giving away their livelihood. We can't have that. To tell the truth, from my current position, Makina's modest breasts are clearly visible.
Makina, your modest breasts. They're visible.
For those of certain tastes, these things might have a power to tempt exceeding that of Amane's oversized udders. What's the matter? Hey, Amane. We have a problem. She's scarecrowing down here.
What now? My hands are full at the moment.
Why does this girl jump into men's laps without a second thought? I'm leaning toward blaming you.
Excuse me? If you hate it that much, just tell her to get off.
I'm not saying that I hate it, but if she starts casually hopping on top of strange old men in town, I think we might run into some problems.
How do you think she affords all these toys? Don't worry, I think I've said this before, but Makina is really pretty shy. Come to think of it, since when were you two this friendly?
Well, we've had a couple chances to talk recently, I guess.
Even so, I've never seen Makina get attached to a guy so quickly. Just what did you do to this girl?
Nothing.
I swear, my hands are right here. Look at my hands.
She has modest breasts. I can't even look at them. Nothing particularly comes to mind.
I mean, she can barely speak with most men. The old man at the greengrocer's is about the only guy she can have a decent conversation with, you know?
That a fact. So why has Makina gotten so attached to me? I don't remember taming her with food or teaching her dirty games behind mommy's back. I search for...
Oh, all right.
And you say she has a sister thing. And you're coming up with scenarios like that.
Right.
But nothing really stands out. Hey, Oni-chan, can you open this for me? Completely disinterested in my ruminations, Makina pushes her can of orange juice toward me and tilts her head to the side as she asks for help. A pretty standard pattern among women playing the moe type, who try to tickle the male heart with an appeal to their own helplessness. It's working so well! But Makina's fingers are stubby and thin. I wouldn't be surprised if opening a can really was a challenge. Yeah, here you go.
The carbonated orange juice?
Thanks, Oni-chan.
What's this? You guys really are very
She's gonna
friendly.
smack a bitch.
It's rare for Makina to act this spoiled, you know?
If you tried to pull something like that, I'd probably punch you, right?
Why are you asking me to agree? How the heck am I supposed to reply to that?
So she doesn't just let anybody pamper her like this?
Let's see. For the most part, I don't think I've seen her get this clingy with anyone other than me. She sits on my lap all the time.
I see. We're just going to have this conversation with her in my lap.
Yeah, whatever.
Or not...
This is your life now.
Whether or not Makina's paying any attention to our conversation about her, she continues to flip through the book on my lap without comment.
Jeez. Makina, we can see your breasts.
They're modest.
How many times have I told you to wear a bra?
That thing feels so cramped, you know?
As if you've got enough there for it to be cramped. Hurry up, come here.
Free the boobies. I was almost done reading.
Come on. I'll put it on you, so stand up.
Oh my lord. Do we get a CG of that?
I doubt it.
Amane reaches her hands under Makina's armpits and forcibly drags her up off my knees. A sense of emptiness might be going a bit far, but the sudden removal of that limp, warm creature from my lap leaves me feeling slightly lonely. I'm in love already.
Oh, God. Okay, let's stand on our own, please.
No.
Ow, hey, jeez, don't step on my foot.
Sorry.
Jeez. Okay, I'll take off your camisole, so give me a bonsai.
Bonsai!
Whip.
Hey, how about having her put her clothes on by herself?
This girl is terrible at getting dressed. Or rather, she just hates clothes, period. Apparently, she was wearing nothing but gowns the whole time she was in the hospital.
You're just gonna do this with me in the room?
Hospital?
Like, not gonna tell me to close my eyes or anything?
It's Amane.
Gowns?
You know, the kind people wear when they're in the hospital for surgery. Tied around the back and all. Bare ass hanging out.
Ah, right. Bare asses.
Maybe it's because that's the only thing she wore for a while. But she hates any clothes that aren't really loose. Unless someone does it for her like this, she won't even put on her underwear. Here we go.
Amane, it hurts.
Just deal with it for a second. If we just stuff a little fat from your back and armpit into the cup, like this. Look, you've got some curves now, see?
It's hard to breathe.
Such is woman's lot in life.
Was she like putting a girdle on her?
She's just like taking her back fat, like
Girder,
squeezing
yeah.
it around.
Hee hee. What do you think? My tits big enough for you? Yeah, they're shockingly big. What do you eat to get a pair like that?
This is very casual.
Yeah. Bread and strawberries.
You just listed your favorite foods.
So Makina likes bread and strawberries best, huh? I better write that down. Kind of childish tastes, but I guess that fits with her personality.
Pin that to my wall.
Yeah.
This girl just doesn't eat that much in general, but when it comes to bread and fruit, she's got a decent appetite.
I think you gotta drink milk. I like my bread. Nice and hard, by the way. Hard
Wink, wink.
bread? What's with that?
You know, French bread, or the German stuff with the firm crust, that sort of thing. Japanese people are genuinely fond of fluffy, soft bread. But for some reason, this girl loves hers heavy and stiff.
Haha. Pshaw, limp breads for grannies with rotten teeth, you know? Bread's gotta be bulky and crunchy or it's no good at all.
Well, it's not really good for the mornings, but if I make her a rye sandwich with cheese, ham, and lettuce, she'll gobble it down, you know?
I don't know.
I'm learning.
Her am I see. Hey, Amane, can I read my book now?
Go ahead, but sit on the floor, got it? I don't want you spilling your juice all over Yuuji-kun's lap. I'm using it later.
I don't want to spill my juice all over her lap either.
Right?
Yes! Yosh. You don't have it easy, do you, Amane?
Well, she's a bit of a handful, but that's kind of what makes her cute. Can't really blame her for being a little weird, you know? It's just how she is.
I'm the sort who tend to suspect the girl's purposefully acting younger than her age to take advantage of her childish looks. I told you I'm 24, but in this case, I don't think I can disagree.
No, she's 18. She's 18. She's 18.
That really is just how she is. 24 bad?
I'm just saying. She seems super young.
Yeah, she really does.
We're going to have to just say she's 18.
Don't check the wiki, because I'm sure it's younger than that.
Yeah, well, that's Japan.
Oh, that's you.
She's 18 in America years.
Oh.
This is not painting me as a good person.
No, that's terrible. No context.
Please don't do that to me. Oh, God, as if being a YouTuber isn't bad enough. Oh, and you know what? That girl loves to call herself an idiot and all, but she's not really stupid in the least. Actually, I think she's quite a bit smarter than me.
Well, I suppose if you use you as a standard, the gap isn't quite that dramatic, but...
Rude. Don't take Makina lightly, okay? Want a little demonstration?
Maybe. Demonstration.
Makina, come here for a second.
Okay, what's going on?
Have you finished reading that book?
No, you've only given me like 5 seconds. Yeah, mostly.
Alright, mind lending it to me for a second? I'll give you a little quiz.
If you say so. Amane takes the book from Makina and promptly hands it over to me.
Okay then, let's start with page 161.
You read a 161-page book that quickly?
She started on what, 38?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Animal Evolution Series, Age of the Giant Dinosaurs, the Mesozoic Era's Jurassic Period. Lasting from approximately 200 million years ago to 146 million years ago. Second period of the Mesozoic era was known as the Jurassic and is familiar as the greatest age of the dinosaurs.
Oh my God, take her to Vegas and have her count cards.
The dinosaurs, having first appeared with the Triassic period, evolved into a vast range of species, beginning a period of dominance that would continue through the Cretaceous.
Huh? Wasn't this a book about crawfish?
It was about crawfish? It's a general book about animals aimed at children. There's lots of other stuff in there as well. I opened the book Amane handed me to page 161. Spread across both pages is a color illustration of a plesiosaur, with words in a bold white typeface printed all around it.
Dinosaurs were huge, yo! So, you checked the book? Was she right?
She was indeed. Without even a single misplaced word.
Okay, let's do page 29 next.
That's an ad page. Gob & Co. Children's Study Series, How Cars Work, The Mysterious Universe, Birdwatching and Environmental Chemistry, Cool Extinct Animals. Japan's Factories, How a Contact Lens is Made, Microorganisms in Our Soil, Growing Vegetables with Organic Farming.
Okay then, so what's on page 86?
Is it true that dogs are smarter than cats? Dog breeds are very diverse, far surpassing other species in their range of variation. Bred by humans for many years, dogs specialized for the hunt, the battlefield, and the home were created.
This is like superhuman, because someone can memorize things from a book, but normally when you're reading, you don't go, all right, page 68
it's like
is...
Rain Man type
Yeah, that's
stuff.
what I'm saying. Like,
New varieties continue to be born even now.
well, did she get those as well?
You guys are screwing with me.
Do you already own this book?
Herm. She's correct. All right.
What do you think? Pretty amazing, right? Just by skimming through for a while, she's got every page in that book totally memorized. She's a genius, isn't she?
Yeah, I'm a little scared of her now. Yeah, that's pretty amazing, to be sure.
She's actually a robot. Huh? You don't seem as surprised as I'd expect.
Throw that on the theories list. We got a robot, an alien.
Everyone's a robot.
Makina, I've got a question. Do you remember the photograph of a bird on page 144? Yeah, I know the one. What color is it? Don't know. If I say blue, you'd sort of think blue, but if I say red, you'd get the feeling it might be red. Yeah. Thought so. Ha, you're stupid after all.
Wait, what? What is it?
Seems like Makina memorizes the pages in monochrome, loses the color information.
She is a robot. Huh? She's just out of ink.
Easier to memorize it quickly that way, right? Yeah, exactly.
Sorry. I'm not following this at all.
To tell the truth, my sister had the exact same skill.
Everything's your sister. I know a guy who did this.
Yeah, check out myhotsisters.com.
Not even.
That was one of our recent bot comments that we get flooded with.
Yeah, of course.
I first noticed my big sister speed reading when she was 7 years old. Watching her flip through a stack of books from the school library incredibly quickly, I couldn't suppress my curiosity. Can you really read them like that? My sister answered, I'm not reading them, but I am memorizing the contents in a perfectly casual tone of voice.
That was not her saying that.
He likes to be a big sister role player. Completely incredulous, I tested my sister on the spot. Exactly like Amane did with Makina just now. I gave her a page number and asked her to read me back the contents. Yes, it just happened.
Right.
And of course she remembered every single word. According to her, it's much faster to memorize the books when they're in black and white. When dealing with books where color information wasn't important, she could even memorize 2 pages simultaneously using her left and right eye. I was totally dumbfounded at the time. 4 years later, by the time she was 11, my sister was managing rapid memorization of color books as well. And thanks to long hours of practice, her left and right eye could actually memorize separate books simultaneously.
Why?
Hearing that went past the level of surprise, it was outright terrifying.
I've been sitting here thinking until the sun went down.
Basically, she's not reading the book, she's recording the pages as an image in the right side of her brain. Clearly not impressive.
He's got to be a jerk and lessen what she just did.
When you ask her about the contents, she reproduces the image in her right brain and reads it by consciously interpreting the characters with her left brain. Sound about right, Makina? I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, I can't explain it too good, but that's pretty much it.
I still don't get it. How does she do that specifically?
I don't know the details myself, but it's basically looking at the page as a picture instead of lines of characters and saving a mental snapshot. Ignoring the meaning, she processes it rapidly as light information, then draws out the meaning later on if she needs it.
Is that what an eidetic memory is?
I would have to guess.
Because I know there's a... what's the other term? You have a...
Photographic?
Yeah, photographic memory. Because there's photographic memory and then there's eidetic memory, and I don't know the difference.
I think eidetic is like even more...
Yeah, it's more detail.
Everything. To put it more simply, it's sort of like she's downloading a compressed file to her hard drive, then extracting what she needs later, I guess.
Told you, she's a robot. The heck is that? So she doesn't actually know what's in the book after she's done reading it?
Yeah, exactly. My biggest problem is that once I memorize something, I tend to forget where I put the memory when I need it.
What good is that? It's probably all that drinking.
Even if you can record something in your mind, your memory as a whole can still be a disorganized mess. I've seen Inside Out. Apparently you can work on that by training your synapses.
How would you do that?
If you repeatedly memorize the same information, it stimulates your synapses and makes it harder to forget. My sister would ask for me to stimulate her synapses all the time.
Oh, God. 8 times over.
8 times over before she turned the page. Other than that, you can also memorize while moving your body in specific ways, which ties the image to your...
Hey, how old are you? She starts dancing.
Yeah.
I'm...
Bend over. Oh, okay. You're 18.
Speaking of no context, bend over. Oh, you're 18.
Procedural memory and makes it more durable. I don't really get it.
Jesus.
That's
the
fine.
FBI listening in now.
Not like there's any reason you have to turn into a genius like that.
Yep. When you become a genius, what you gain isn't admiration so much as envy and enemies. Or so they say.
Who's they? Where did you hear that? Who do you know?
Everybody hates Stephen Hawking. Who was it again? Think I might have read that in a book somewhere. Don't really remember.
Hey, Amane, it's time to feed the crawfish, you know?
Yeah. I'll open the canned food for you, so just hold on a second.
Okay, I guess I'll be going back to my room, I say sadly as I look back. But as the words start to leave my mouth, Makina firmly grabs a hold of my hand. Sit down! Okay, I want to read together. Didn't you finish already? Yeah, but I want to be together for a while. Is that not allowed? No, that's really not what I meant. Hey, you know something? Sometimes a woman has days where she wants a guy to spoil her.
Always. Am I right, fellas?
I don't know. That's the first I've heard of it.
Oh, God.
And today happens to be just such a day. So you gotta spoil me, okay? I see. Guess there's no helping it then. I want to be spoiled, so you better spoil me. What an unreasonable demand. If this was Amane, I think I would laugh in her face, call her an idiot, and finish things off with a poke to the forehead.
That'd show her.
But for some reason, when Makina gets all clingy, it's a bit difficult to fight back. I can't get myself to be too hard on her. Maybe it's because she looks and acts like a child, but totally isn't.
I swear.
Soft on children. Well, that isn't a bad thing by any means, but I'm probably the type who dies first when the terrorists start strapping bombs to their kids.
Actually, it's probably the kids.
But now that I think about it, it's not like you're really that much younger than me. Are you?
Please. Bend over.
Oh, you're 18. Don't give me that puzzled face. I kind of need to know how old you are. Now, let's just take a seat, Kay. Also, give me a hug.
Not until I see some ID.
Look, you, just for the record, today's a one-time deal. Don't think I'll let you cling to me whenever you want. Got it? Yeah, geez, Oni-chan, you really are a big old tsundere.
No! The code word, I've been activated.
Yeah. Again with this. I'd never really given the matter any thought, but could it be that I really am a tsundere? I mean, can we define the term first? I mean, we really don't need to. Isn't the tsundere a subspecies of woman that's usually prickly and harsh, but then goes all gooey and sweet for some reason? In that case, I don't get it. When exactly have I ever been in that saccharine lovey-dovey mode? Well, come to think of it, in letting Makina occupy my knee like this, I have to admit my aura of masculinity seems to have faded a bit.
Better puff out my chest.
But this is merely an expression of my magnanimous spirit towards the young. It's not like I'm giving her lap access because I personally enjoy having her there or anything. That's just tsundere.
You're saying tsundere things. Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Ah, that's right. Hey, Yuuji-kun.
Oh, what?
Since we're on the topic, is canned mackerel okay for the crawfish's food?
Yeah, basically. Anything without carotene in it is fine.
Oh?
What's that supposed to mean? What is it already? You're making me ill. If you have something to say, how about you say it?
No. It's just, she's really, truly taken with you. That's nice. I'm a little jealous.
You're the one who told me to make friends with Makina, This is your fault.
I have 2 knees. Come on, I'm not criticizing you or anything. But frankly, I really didn't think she'd get attached all of a sudden. Just a little surprised, I guess.
You.
Huh? What's this?
Oh.
Is Makina asleep?
I thought she was complaining.
Yeah.
Say what? Whew. I thought she'd been unusually quiet for a few seconds there, but at some point Makina's eyes have fallen shut. Still sitting on my lap, her head is jerking back and forth with her breathing. I'm sure she was awake just a minute ago.
Well, Makina, sometimes she does just fall asleep out of nowhere like that.
Oh, no, she's a narcoleptic. Come to think of it, there was that time I found her in the rose garden, unconscious in the bushes. A frequent occurrence?
Well, every once in a while, when she uses her brain a lot or something. Might be because of that little reading exercise earlier. She'll sleep 14 hours a day if you let her, you know? God, Windows always updates. It makes me restart my computer constantly, just like her.
Yeah. You killed her by making her think too hard. Really does remind you of a cat, doesn't she?
Yeah, my cat memorizes everything too. Sometimes she even falls asleep standing up, so I've got to keep an eye on her to make sure she doesn't fall over and hit her head or something.
Powering down.
Good thing your lap was available today, Yuuji-kun. Seems like she's really gotten fond of you, huh?
Yeah, we really need a schedule. I don't get it. Why get attached to someone like me?
Oh, I think I've got an idea. We're going to have to write up some parenting contracts or something for custody.
Yeah.
Okay, here's an example. When you're looking at Makina, does the thought, poor girl, pop into your head?
No. Can't say it does. Modest breasts, perhaps. More like, what a hopeless kid. I can't say I've ever felt pity for her.
Right? I think that just might be the number one reason.
Is there a number 2 reason? You said
let's
number
see.
2.
I guess you're not too aware of this yourself, but I don't think you dislike Makina at all, you know? If anything, maybe you find her a little cute.
I'm not sure about that one. Well, I definitely don't hate her. That said, I think I've thought of her as annoying more often than cute. Maybe you've got the wrong idea about me, Amane, but I tend to say what I think, even to kids. When Makina annoys me, I tell her straight out.
Oh, that's very convincing, coming from the guy who's staying put so she can sleep on his lap.
Well, just don't have any real reason to wake her up at the moment, I guess.
But, well, I guess that makes sense too. It's easier for Makina to understand people when they're bluntly honest, compared to when they hold back awkwardly out of sympathy.
Herm. I don't treat her gingerly out of sympathy. When she does something truly stupid, I don't overlook it out of pity. And Makina actually prefers it that way. Is that what she's saying?
That said, when it comes down to it, you're basically sweet to her. Of course she'd get attached to you.
I'm sweet to her?
Well, it's nothing to be ashamed of, you know? Those little out-of-character spots round you out nicely, Yuuji-kun.
Since when were you such an expert on my character? I just recently found out that I'm a tsundere. You...
Her face is melting. Oh, Makina, you awake?
Yeah, I fall asleep again.
Well, yeah, for about 15 minutes or so. Have any nice dreams?
Don't remember.
Someone kept poking me in the butt with some stick. I see. Well, here you go.
What's this?
The canned mackerel. You wanted to feed the crawfish, didn't you?
That's right. Here you go. Eat it all up. Get nice and plump.
And blue.
She's kind of tottering around. Is that a good idea?
That's par for the course. She's fine.
The brownies we ate are finally getting to her.
Just ignore her.
Yeah, this stuff ain't too tasty. You sure about that? Looks tasty to me. She seems to be eating from the can of crawfish food.
That's par for the course. She's fine.
I said she's fine. You know, it kind of feels like you don't really give a damn.
She's eating, isn't she? That's also par for the course.
Ha! My throat sticks shut halfway through my attempt at a laugh. And I'm sent into a coughing fit.
As I back out of the room and call DFS. Hey, are you alright?
Amane grabs the half-finished can of orange juice Makina left lying on the table and hands it over to me. I gulp down the contents immediately. I'm fine. I'm just as terrible at laughing as I am at smiling. Also par for the course. I can't feel laughter.
Yeah, we've got to fix that eventually.
Fix? Why is that necessary? In the first place, is a crappy smile really something you can fix?
Well, at the moment, fixing that fake-looking smile of yours and the bizarre way Makina talks would probably be my main objectives.
What's the matter with the way I talk?
The biggest problem right now is that the person in question doesn't even realize how weird she sounds.
Yeah, well, you're big and stupid and dumb. Shut up, you chin face.
You're a doo-doo head. The nerve of you. What do you think you're calling a chin face, you little brat?
What does that even mean? Ah.
Hey, hold it.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
She chucks her out the window. No, help me.
Why, you little... Where'd you get a nasty mouth? You want me to sew it shut for you?
It hurts. If you pull that hard, I'll... Every once in a while, you'll find a person with a bad habit they're not even aware of until someone points it out to them. Watching this scene, I've had my suspicions more or less confirmed. Makina's strange quirks seem to be partially the result of contamination from Amane's less admirable habits. But as a humble and discreet gentleman, I'm frankly at a loss as to whether to disrupt the status quo by informing Amane of the log in her eye. My deeply ingrained pain in the ass warning system is also kicking in. There's a good chance the messenger is going to get killed on this one, so my lips are remaining sealed for the moment.
Just throw some Jell-O in there.
The human mind is a well-designed piece of machinery. It has ways to cope with the coexistence of such pros and cons, truths and fictions. When your mind finds itself facing a contradiction, your thoughts tend to fly off in completely unrelated directions like mine often does. It's a self-defense mechanism, just like that burning need to clean that always pops up the night before the big test. So before I realize it, my attention has been drawn to the pleasant rattling sound of something boiling in the pan. The Odin broth's smooth, flavorable smell tickles my nose.
Oh, right.
I'm hungry. In the end, it doesn't even matter, because 30 minutes before I ate my dinner for that day, it would be another 30 minutes. Hey, all right.
Yeah.
We did it. We did a thing.
We're at time, so figured I would wait until the transition because I knew it was coming.
You didn't want to stop like 2 sentences before a scene ends? Like
No, because I know now when the scene is going to end is when two of them start to get into kerfuffle. And he starts monologuing. I'm like, all right, it's about to end.
It's the end of an episode.
Because I'm telling you, it's just a Scrubs episode. It starts with a quote. The episode is about said quote in some way.
Feeds
And then
into
there's
it.
a wrap-up quote.
Yes.
That
With
is
some
each
sort of...
Yeah, that's each section. It's like, here's how this situation applies to my past life.
Right. Well,
Every time.
got a little close and personal there with Makina.
I'm okay with it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I mean, I was a little skeeved out by it, but I don't know if they have to do it right because Emmy was small too. But
Yeah, she was, but she was also missing legs.
I guess that it's not pedophilia if she's missing her legs.
I just meant short.
Oh, okay. I think she was always short.